This is Valley News Live at 10.
The officers that did arrive were hearing shots in the building.
That's a deputy chief of the Tulsa, Oklahoma police confirming at least 5 people were killed, including a gunman, when he opened fire at a medical campus in Oklahoma this evening. Several others, and we still don't know exactly how many, were hurt in that shooting. We know it happened at St. Francis Hospital campus. Police received a call about a man with a rifle on the 2nd floor of a building there, saying it turned into an active shooter situation. We still don't know for sure how the suspected gunman died, though police say they believe it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Also, still no word on what led to this shooting. Meanwhile, brand new information just in: a bomb threat was reported to be connected to this shooting at a Tulsa hospital. Tulsa police contacted Muskogee police after the shooting to talk about this. Muskogee police said it is possible the shooter had planted a bomb at a home in Muskogee, but the home was searched and no explosives were found.
New information tonight on a crash that we first told you about at 5. It was seriously backing up traffic during rush hour in Fargo today. We just learned that 1 person in that crash has died. Highway Patrol says around 4:40, an SUV towing a car was exiting I-94 westbound onto I-29 north when the people inside had to stop to fix a problem and got out. That's when Highway Patrol says a woman driving a Pontiac Grand Prix who had meth in her possession hit the car they were towing, causing it to crash into them. Highway Patrol says the passenger in that first car, a 39-year-old man, died. The driver, a 50-year-old man, was hurt. The driver of the car that crashed into them, 41-year-old Shandy Cordner, is in jail for felony possession of meth. Highway Patrol says more charges are pending.
We walked out our front door and we were just numb.
New information tonight, 2 days after the line of severe storms moved through the area. The National Weather Service now says at least 8 different tornadoes touched down in Minnesota. They confirmed 4 more late tonight, including the EF2 that hit just south of Alexandria. Let's get to Summer now with more on the tornado that touched down in our area. Summer?
Thank you so much, Stacy. There were also 2 tornadoes I saw reported in South Dakota, bringing that total up to 10. But the confirmed one within our Valley News Live viewing area in Grant County, Minnesota, was confirmed by the National Weather Service this morning as an EF2 tornado with estimated peak wind speeds around 115 miles per hour in a path of 11 miles, starting just southwest of Wendell, Minnesota, around 4:15 Monday evening, and continuing to just northeast of Elbow Lake, finally lifting at around 4:24 Monday evening, and leaving behind an extensive trail of damage. Right now, things are looking nice and quiet. A beautiful sky here in South Fargo. Temperatures are quickly falling now from these 60s and 70s that we had earlier, now into the 50s, but many areas seeing some clear skies. We will see a little bit of increasing cloud cover later this evening. Peak temperatures today, it was a mild day. 70 in Baudette, Hallock, Grafton, Valley City, Gwinner, Jamestown, and Wahpeton. 72 was the high temperature today here in Fargo, 73 in Grand Forks. Meanwhile, 68 in Detroit Lake, 69 in Bemidji and Park Rapids, 68 up in Langdon. We do have a couple more mild days ahead of us. Justin and Stacy, I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast of what to expect for tomorrow. It does include some wind and some sprinkles, and we'll take a look ahead to the weekend as well.
All right, thanks, Summer.
The man accused of murdering a Grand Forks woman has changed his plea to guilty. Ahmed Mohammed Abdullahi will be sentenced on September 7th for killing Megan Gustafson. The shooting happened back in September in the 1300 block of 8th Avenue North. Grand Forks police were called there for a report of a suspicious person. They say they knocked on the apartment door and talked to Gustafson, then walked away. Shortly after, they heard a gunshot, saw Gustafson run into the lawn and fall to the ground. Abdullahi faces up to life behind bars.
A Canadian man has now pleaded guilty to federal charges of trafficking fentanyl that killed a Grand Forks man. Those charges against 42-year-old Juan Nguyen included distributing drugs that result in serious bodily injury or death charge. The investigation started after an 18-year-old Grand Forks man died of an overdose. No sentencing date has yet been set. A 33-year-old Moorhead man is facing multiple charges after police discovered hundreds of fentanyl pills, $20,000 in cash, and this handgun you seen pictured yesterday. Police say they were found while serving a search warrant on Bellesley Boulevard in Moorhead. Police say an infant was at the home where it was all found at the time. Maurice Bell is now charged with felony first-degree possession of a controlled substance and gross misdemeanor child endangerment. Police say the investigation's ongoing and more arrests are expected.
New for you tonight, a local organization is focusing on providing help for homeless youth in the FM area. They recently donated essentials to students in need. Valley News Team's Nishay Taylor shares more on how they're continuing to give back.
Matthew's Voice Project, a nonprofit organization, is aiming to make a difference in the lives of teens experiencing homelessness.
I think it's so important to invest in our youth.
The organization recently provided 150 students from Fargo, West Fargo, and Moorhead public schools with necessary essentials. Out of those, more than 50 students were supported by donations, including baskets filled with a blanket, pillow, and gift card.
By putting the time and energy and finances and resources into students, we kind of say we're helping the community one student at a time.
In December of last year, nearly 450 students across all 3 districts were identified as homeless, and the need is only increasing.
Our numbers are growing, and we also know that there are a lot of unidentified students.
The hope now is that through their efforts, more students feel comfortable about coming forward. And one of their main objectives is to help the homeless youth reach graduation so they can move forward onto a path of success.
That is such a critical milestone and such an important foundation of education going forward in any path, whether they choose to go on to higher education or a trade school or just go right into the workforce.
But in the end, their only wish for these students is for them to never let their circumstances hold them back.
Our biggest message is just to let them know that they can achieve anything.
In Fargo, Nishay Taylor, Valley News Live.
For more information on the Matthew's Voice Project, or MVP, and how you can donate, visit our website, valleynewslive.com.
A couple consumer alerts for you tonight. Gas prices hit an all-time record high today in both North Dakota and Minnesota. Valley News Team's Alex Larson joins us now to break down the numbers. Alex?
Thanks, Stacy. That's right. AAA is now reporting the highest average price ever for a gallon of regular gas in North Dakota and Minnesota. The average price of gas in North Dakota is now $4.31, and in Minnesota, $4.33. The national average for a gallon of regular gas jumped 5 cents from yesterday and now sits at $4.67 per gallon. That's almost 50 cents more per gallon than last month, and $1.63 more per gallon than this time last year. And another consumer alert regarding your energy bill. AARP says North Dakota residential customers will soon be charged the highest monthly fee of all of Xcel's customers. Today, the North Dakota Public Service Commission started its hearing on a natural gas increase proposed by Xcel Energy in late 2021. But in a letter to the commission, AARP says it wants to try to stop that from happening. Xcel says it wants to up the monthly charge from $18.50 to almost $25. The commission is settling with Xcel and is looking to set the charge at $22.50. But AARP says that's not good enough. And according to Xcel Colorado's natural gas rate case in January of this year, Colorado customers were able to keep the customer charge at $12 a month from Xcel. The hearing continues through Friday.
All right, thank you, Alex. New tonight, our parent company, Gray Television, is proud to announce an agreement with NBC Universal on a state-of-the-art new studio complex at Assembly Atlanta. The 43-acre Assembly Studios will feature sound stages, production offices, warehouses, event space, a parking deck. NBC will then lease that property from Gray for TV and movie production. Construction on this project is set to begin this summer.